I have expected you. Welcome to my girlfriend with... What? JF doesn't stand for girlfriend? For what does it stand? Gravity Falls? Oh. Yeah, that makes way more sense with my notes. Welcome to BabbleArea episode 2 about Gravity Falls. So, firstly, it's been a while since I actually watched it, but I tried my best. And where I watched it was... I watched it on TV in German, and when it was still on Netflix in German and English. I don't know how much I watched in English, but I know that I did watch it in English at some point, at least a few episodes. And one thing that they did in German, which I actually like, they changed the title slightly. In German, they added Willkommen in before the Gravity Falls, which directly translates to Welcome to Gravity Falls, which I actually like a bit more than just Gravity Falls. It's more welcoming. Which sounds like a joke, but I'm serious. I actually like the German title a bit more. So, regarding the storyline, everything works fine, but the end of the world thing happened slightly too fast for me. I will get to that a bit more later, but overall, in season 2, it felt more like we had repeated hard turns emotionally, which almost threw everything over. It still works, but it works barely. Also, 2 seasons are fine. I really like that they just stopped after 2 seasons because not a lot of shows actually end in a planned way these days, I feel like. But I do still think that 3 seasons would have made a bit more sense and maybe could have given the whole thing more time to feel more natural overall. And it would have also fit with the whole 3 theme because, triangle, one thing. And the other thing that my friend Joy pointed out is that 3 seasons also would have made more sense. Because, there are 3 books. We can't really argue with that, can we? But like I said, it works. But I think if the show would have had a bit more time to let the viewers and the characters adjust to everything that happened in season 2, it could have worked a little bit better. Also, my favorite episodes, I'm just gonna say. I don't really have favorite moments, and to be honest, I like all episodes. I don't think there's an episode that I actually don't like. But the 2 episodes that I like a little bit more than the others are the first 2 episodes of season 2. I don't know why. Especially the first episode with the zombies, because I normally hate zombies and everything involved with that. But that episode is fine for me. I don't know why. It just is. Okay. The character talk. To be honest, I don't have that many points. For Dipper, I appreciate that he got bolder with his actions, but that he still also got scared a lot. Find it very relatable. And especially in the season 1 final, I think that's the point where it is seen the best. When Gideon, in his giant robot, tries to kidnap Mabel and Dipper jumps from the cliff. I think that's the moment where it was really visually shown. For Mabel, I don't have that much to say. I know that she learns and grows over that summer, but I don't have anything specific to say. She works fine. That's all I really can't say. Regarding Stanley, I also don't have much to say. I like him, even though he did some not so good stuff. He did always try to protect the kids, so that's good, I would say. And to Stanford, now I'm coming back to the storyline problems, because when he came back, I feel like he got way too comfortable, way too fast. Because he was gone for a lot of years. I don't have the concrete number. I want to Google it before I start, but okay. He was gone for a while and a lot of stuff has changed, and I just think that I know that it's his house, but he also wasn't there for a long time. So maybe I just feel like he should have been a bit more hesitant with everything, maybe. And he was also slightly rude, if we're honest. I mean, his brother did everything he could to bring him back for a long time. So, slight issues with that. And again, because he came back and the whole end of the world thing happened almost simultaneously, like all the preparations he did. It just everything feels very fast, and that's a slight problem. If one looks over that, it's fine, but overall, it's just like maybe give them a bit more time, just a little bit. Regarding the antagonists / villains, Gideon, kinda weird. I can't really think of a motive that he had. He works for the first season, but it's also kinda weird if we think about it. I mean, he's just a kid, so one side it works, on the other side it doesn't, so. And Bill also works, but like barely, because as far as I remember, in the show itself, there wasn't really a lot explained about him, from where he came and what his motive is, more or less. I know that there were some sentences thrown in there, but there was nothing specifically explained, and I don't know how to feel about that, because I know that there were a lot of information hidden in codes, but even with that, I'm kinda not convinced that much, because the only reason why he actually works with all the information that we don't have is because he isn't human, which is fine, just slightly not working. My favorite side character, I don't have one, I like all of them. I think all characters are really good in this, also because everyone has like at least a little thing that they have done or did and learned from it and grew from it, which is remarkable considering how many people there are. I mean, yeah, it's a small town, but still it's really good, really interesting. Okay, the other stuff. Character design is extremely good in my opinion, because it's simple but it fits the characters. And also, Mabel's sweaters are just great. All of them are great. That was a great choice. Whoever had that idea, yes. The backgrounds, they did their job. They were in the background. And they looked good. I appreciate them. I don't have that much to say to the backgrounds, which is probably a good thing. I would say, they are in the background, as they are called. So I think they worked fine. So, the fazit, the conclusion. Even though I did say a lot of things that weren't so great, I still think it's a really good show, and I would say that it's one of the best shows that, for me, is kinda on the same level with Avatar: The Last Airbender, just because it has a solid story, the characters have development, and it actually has an end that's like fine. Especially with newer shows, I feel like that it is often pushed to just go on and on and on and on. And even though I did say that it would have been nice if Gravity Falls would have had 3 seasons, the 2 seasons are still fine. If we look over that weird thing in the middle of season 2, it's completely fine. And the whole show also gets massive bonus points because it gave a really good place for the community to grow through all the riddles and codes and stuff, which made everyone work together and communicate and do stuff together, so that you don't have that often with shows that the community is so connected with each other. I've really rarely seen that. So that's really, really interesting. And I do really like that. Even though I did I wasn't really there when Gravity Falls came out and Audio Realist came out the first time, and everyone started to work together on it. Mostly because at that time I didn't know English, and I don't really remember when I watched it the first time. I think the first time I watched it completely through was after it was already finished. So I wasn't that aware and there when all of that was going on. Even now, looking back on a lot of stuff from that time, I really like that, and I hope we get something like that at some point in the future again. I think that would be really nice to have another show or movie or anything that actually gives a good ground for a community to grow and communicate and befriend each other. I think it could be really nice. And I think I'll end it here. So, with this, I release you into the depths of the universe once again. See ya!